Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 2 at the Emirates Stadium. It's finished all square. And today, I didn't really care about the game. I was half watching, half doing work. But I'm angry. I'm angry today, I'm furious. I've lost the plot this evening because of that disgusting abomination I just watched. What the actual hell did I just watch for 90 minutes? Because I want to know what fans were paying money for today. They deserve refunds. I don't want to, I am going to go in today because I'm angry, I'm furious, disgusting. I know the Premier League title's done and we'll get on to that. And the result today didn't really matter, but the performance, oh my God. From individuals, not really the team overall, individuals. First of all, Declan Rice, big him up. Thomas Partey, big him up. Jakub Kiwior, 2 wonderful blocks, including that incredible block on Nketiah. Look, we could have lost that game if not for that block in the first half. We talk about Raya in goal with his little, he's been the big man in there for the last few weeks against Real Madrid. He's the big man. And I know you're going to turn up in these big games. And obviously it makes sense to turn up in the big games and leave out the smaller games. But it doesn't mean you just stand there like a cone and don't exist in the small games. Because this guy, he unlocked his dinosaur hands today. He was all over the place. All over it. He came out for a cross in the first half for a corner. The man's missed the ball by 5 meters. It was an open goal for Nketiah. Then the man's kicking. What is going on there? I don't think the kicking was a big issue but the catching crosses and stuff was poor today from Raya. I move on to the back four. I thought Lewis Skelly today got caught out quite a few times, but I thought he was still doing his thing. He was still moving the ball about. Timber, same thing. I thought he was still moving the ball about, but both of them were not effective at all. Timber on the right hand side, he's been brilliant defensively. But offensively, he's not doing what Ben White's doing. He's not on his level. And today we saw it. We've seen it. And obviously I know Sterling there, which I'm going to get to, by the way. But he doesn't really, even when Saka came on, he didn't really combine with him. I think he was off by then, actually. But he didn't really combine with him. There wasn't really patterns of play that we see with him, Odegaard. Odegaard, Saka, White, usually. The midfield, like I said, Rice and Partey were good. Saliba, what the flip are you doing on that Mateta goal? Now, I know this guy's been brilliant, but those kind of errors, bro, that was a Steven Gerrard slip against Chelsea type error. What are you doing just standing on the ball? Kick out! Odegaard in that midfield, bro, we signed this guy as a creative midfielder and he was a creative midfielder. But today, there was no creativity. He was like in a cage. He was escaping this cage that he was trapped in. He's been like that all season. Against Real Madrid, he was poor. It was like we were playing with 10 men against Madrid in both games. He has that captain's armband, but right now, as far as I'm aware, he's the little man on that team. Because he's not showing no leadership. The front three. We obviously had Trossard up front today, which I thought was pretty good. It was a great finish, by the way, from him for the goal. Kiwior, by the way, I didn't mention his goal with the blocks, by the way. The front three, Martinelli, he wasn't the same Martinelli we've seen the last few weeks, but he was trying. Work rate was still there. He was still forcing back fullbacks. But the man on the other wing is just... I love Raheem Sterling. I love him and I want him to do well. And despite what you think about him when he started at Arsenal or whatever, we're probably going to bring him off the bench against PSG in that second leg. And if we need a goal, best believe, I don't think he's going to do the business. Because this man got pocketed by Tyrick Mitchell and Mark Guehi. Now, they're good defenders, but that's not Van Dijk and Robertson. That is not Hakimi. Mitchell, bro. Tyrick Mitchell. Who was the other guy? Munoz. This man can't even take a throw-in. Speaking of that, by the way, Martinelli, I mean, he should be cooking up Munoz. What the hell his name is? Munoz or Bulldozer. That's what he looked like. He can't even take a throw in, and he's not cooking it. The front three, bro. Sterling is finished. He is finished because I want him to do well. I love Raheem Sterling, but the man, he gets the ball. Every single fullback is pocketing him. He can't beat his man. He can't pass the ball. There was about 5 occasions today where he lost the ball and then ran back to win it back off the opponent. And I'm like, yes, you won it back. Good work, Rick. Then he loses it again. What's he doing? What's he doing? Waneri's come on, and I think Waneri had to start today. He had to start. I think you should have put Stern on the left, Waneri on the right. The man had to start. But Arteta, stubbornness. Saka came on today for a few minutes. Good to see him. And instantly we got more threat. What Raheem Sterling had done for that 70 minutes, what also, up until that point, was nowhere compared to what Saka did in the last 3 minutes. Tierney came on, and Tierney's obviously moving back to Celtic. But he did pretty well, to be fair. And who else came on today? I don't know who the hell came on. I mean, Eddie and Nketiah went off for them. I thought Matt Turner was going to come off and Henderson got injured. And he's getting a little Emirates applause. I mean, the atmosphere in the Emirates was dead. No wonder there were so many tickets on exchange. I mean, it was a meaningless game. And we know the title's done. But we need momentum going into that PSG game. I think that's key to point out. And today, momentum? There's no momentum. There's roadblocks. There's bulldozers in the way. There's rock force, ash force, all those stuff. There's so many blocks and walls. We put a wall. We can't beat Palace at home. We can't beat Brentford. We can't beat Everton. How do you... These draws have cost us. Draw. You don't win titles by drawing. You know, we're trying to recreate the Invincible season here. 12 draws. What's going on? And that has not filled me with confidence. Are we going to be PSG like that? Or Saliba's looking like a donkey out there? Odegaard. Oh my God. But anyway, I've gone too far anyway. I've lost it tonight. Look, like I said, meaningless game. But we need momentum going into PSG. And that wasn't momentum. That was destabilization. That's what that was.